Taking the time to listen. The Cedar Springs community learned that this week, that together, if we make the time to listen and talk things through, real things can happen. Real healing as well. Our Julie Dunmeyer explains how a simple photo and a yearbook turned into much more.
At Cedar Springs High School, there's a saying.
Our slogan is, once Red Hawk, always Red Hawk.
David DiPiazza's best friend, Alex Collins, is a Red Hawk.
The word always sticks to me, and it drives me to the point where I want that always to be bolded and capitalized.
Alex had gone to school with David since kindergarten.
He wasn't even my best friend. He was somebody that I considered a brother, the other half of me.
Together,
Yeah, we got in quite a bit of trouble.
By doing what?
Lying through our teeth so hard that they might fall out.
David graduated spring of 2020. Alex wouldn't walk across the stage.
He was a happy kid, a good kid, and I would have never anticipated this at all, that he would have taken his life. And I look back now, and I still really don't see signs.
It's left a hole in this family's heart that will never be filled.
Check in on your kids. You gotta talk to them, hold their hand, give them a hug, tell them that you love them. Every day. Especially as teenagers. Sometimes they forget. Sometimes they don't think that you do.
In the yearbook that year, Alex had his own page for a fallen Red Hawk. The school wanted to make sure Alex was remembered.
I don't want him to be forgotten or remembered as a fallen Hawk. I want him to be remembered as a Cedar Springs High School student.
This year, when Alex's parents, Marlou and Chris, asked to buy a page for their senior, something every parent of a senior gets to do, they were initially told no. David wasn't happy with that decision. He made this TikTok.
It ruined the chances for other people because it blew up. It blew up. It was quite amazing to see all the comments and all the love that we got from not only Cedar Springs, but from Tri-County, from Rockford.
The Red Hawk community had just grown exponentially.
And I never anticipated it going as big as it did. Our community is amazing.
But before you get mad while you're watching this, the Collins family doesn't want you to be, and neither does David.
Thank the school board, thank the administration that, we came to an agreement.
Alex's parents did something that's difficult to do. They sat down with the school board and asked them to understand. They did.
He was our senior, and we just wanted to carry it out.
The school took the time to listen, really listen, and they agreed, telling Fox 17 in a statement, "We are grateful for the willingness of Mr. and Mrs. Collins to work with the district to find a way to honor Alex with his classmates. Their request was different from how we have memorialized students in past editions of the yearbook. We listened to the Collins family, our students, and members of our community. We'll use what we've learned to better support our students and families in the future." Alex was always going to be a Red Hawk, and the yearbook should reflect that.
As the kids look at the yearbook, I want them to see his picture and remember him as the kid that they remember, and also to be able to look at it and say, I knew that kid, I knew what happened, and if I know anybody else that's struggling, I'm going to help them the best that I can, get someone involved, whatever, because I don't want the same thing to happen to them that happened to Alex.
That's the lesson here. That listening is important. It's what these parents want every other parent to learn.
I'd do anything to give him one more hug, tell him I love him. I'll never get that chance. So parents, don't take it for granted every day.
And know that even if you aren't a Cedar Springs Red Hawk, they're always there to listen to anyone who might need it.
It's a big comfort. It is a big comfort. It's a big healing piece, absolutely.
Julie Dunmeyer, Fox 17 News.
Well, if you know someone who is struggling right now, of course, we have resources listed, including the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, all that listed right now on this story that Julie put together at fox17online.com.